Hello and welcome to Let's Play The Shore with me, Bring It On. The Shore was released on February 19th, 2021, or today. It was both developed and published by Ares Dragonis. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but either way, it's a pretty metal name, and I respect it. So The Shore is described as a first-person, story-driven game with an atmospheric environment and narrations. You'll encounter mysterious creatures and unravel the secrets behind them. Strong elements of horror, and struggle to survive an unknown world that will make you question your own sanity. So I am always on the lookout for a good Cthulhu Mythos-based game, and there's not a lot of them out there. The Mythos has a ton of potential for a good game, and most of them end up being a disappointment. I think the best one I've played was Dark Corners of the Earth, and that praise is pretty restricted to the first couple of levels. I think the whole game is pretty fun, but the first two levels are by and far much better than the rest of the game. So, the trailer for this game got me really excited. I've had my eye on this for months. I want to say like half a year or so. So, the trailer actually, well, I'm not going to spoil anything. Let's just go and jump into a new game. I don't have any progress, so yeah. I haven't started a game yet. I don't know how it runs.
My dear Ellie, I have to find her.
Alright, so I can barely hear him. Let us... put that up a little bit. There we go. Alright, so it's a little stuttery. Let me see. I'm going to change one more setting before we jump in. I'm going to lock the FPS. Let's do 60. Oh, so there's a crouch. There's no jump. Oh, hello there.
A shred of hope. Oh, what a man needs to keep moving before he loses his sanity and his will. Walking along the shore reminded me of the walks I used to have with my wife.
So this is the way that I have to go. I see a lighthouse in the distance. Let's go check out over here first. Yeah, it seems like locking the frame rate helped with the stuttering a little bit. Much smoother now.
I've been arguing with John about how many actual days have passed since we ended up here. It seems that all of our hopes are drifting away, like these bottles should do. They always return to the island as if something is leading them back here. If you are reading this, we need your help.
Alright, so not every interactable item has that little Cthulhu icon pop up above it, so I need to keep my eyes peeled for other things to read. Also, thank goodness that the notes are narrated. I don't mind reading dialogue aloud, but it does make it a little easier when I don't have to focus on the reading, and I can focus on the commentary. Alright, let's get some more exposition.
We armed ourselves and walked along the shore. To our surprise, we came across other ships that had wrecked without any trace of survivors. It was like a graveyard for ships. Our compass goes mad any time we try to set a course off the island. Our captain says it's because of the volcanic dust. We think he's gone mad. Sounds like the captain was right.
You know what's great about this game so far? The water makes noise. There's another Cthulhu game where you go to a pier and there's no sound coming from the ocean. It's a little, I mean, it's unsettling for sure.
They speak of a fisherman who was lost in a stranded sea. He never came back. Now I know where he lies. What misfortunes could have drove him here?
Seems to be indicating I need to go that way, but let's see what's up here first. So seek out those dead ends before you find the main path forward. Yeah, so we're on a pretty linear path right now. Can't go off the beaten trail. Let's go check out what was down here first, because it looks like this is going to take us to the lighthouse. Want to make sure there was a light at the top of it before I called it a lighthouse.
I have offered my right arm and spoke the correct words in his absence. Only pain accompanies me towards my demise. I was forced to leave the lighthouse. There's something wrong in all of us. Only the slumbering God can save us now. What God is he talking about?
I have an idea. But spoilers. Alright, so this is a dead end. I'm glad I came in here. That was the, I think the best note so far. I can't keep it. I didn't want to anyway. I see an obelisk over there. Alright, so I think we should go to the lighthouse first before we start exploring other things. So it might be something that we need inside.
We sink our feet in the sand for the last time. She asked me to tell her one of my stories about the wild sea. I could hear each of her breaths being shorter and shorter. And by the time I finished my story, pneumonia took her life.
Well, this seems like something that would come in handy, right? I should bring a spear or harpoon with me. Or make some sort of, I don't know, makeshift shark bone knuckles out of that, that jawbone. One of these statues. Alright, so it looks like we might have to activate these statues and then they'll get out of our way so we can explore new areas. I see a purple hue over there. Cellar door. So cellar door, funny story, well not really a funny story, interesting tidbit. J.R.R. Tolkien, author of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, said that cellar door is a phonetically don't think it's perfect, phonetically beautiful phrase. Without knowing what the words mean, just the way it rolls off the tongue is a, it sounds nice. Oh, hello. I can't rotate the picture around, so no codes on the back. That's a big shark. So a disclaimer before I get too far into the game. I do enjoy the Cthulhu mythos quite a bit, I'm a big fan of it, but I am no expert, so it's possible I might get some of the names and I can't say pronunciations mixed up. A coin with an ominous phrase carved on one of the sides. In the cosmos, there are things we know and things unknown, and in between there are windows. So I can't keep it. The forms of the sculpture are unknown to me. Can't do anything with it, so that's fine. Oh, another one of these coins. I've seen such a coin before. Monk was keeping these under his bed. It looks familiar. I've seen something similar from where I come from. I think I recognize that figure. I think that's... Well, again, I don't want to spoil anything by giving names away. I don't know where this story's going to take us. I'm going to operate under the assumption we're not supposed to know who any of these deities are yet. All this stuff looks like I can interact with it, but I cannot. Alright, so I can make out some of this stuff. No eyelids, a short blue tongue. Body structure seems to be very strong. Shark eyes. I tried to speak to them, but in return they hissed and growled and made all kinds of weird noises. No trace of language. I've never seen such creatures before. Something is wrong. Here, like, God have forsaken this place and its creations. The fish-like people are no humans at all. They're hostile, they seem to be very aggressive. There's no trace of civilized behavior on them. Yet they seem to understand our movements, as they have seen humans before. The fish-like deformities on them are present. They have tried several times to ambush us. Now the only solution for us is to stay near the lighthouse. We'll study more of these abominations of the deep. Alright, so these aren't narrated. Well, let's read through. This artifact we found, this statue, it looks ancient. Our captain says we should take it back with us, and that it could make us rich. David, on the other hand, believes that a foul stench of evil dwells within it. What utter rubbish. From the moment we wrecked here, he hasn't stopped talking about bad luck and otherworldly omens. I heard him talking to himself about throwing it back to the sea. I'm almost certain he's mad. He's obsessed with these disgusting leeches he found. He can't stop talking about how these worms have at least 9 stomachs, and more than 30 brains, and at least 18 testicles, oh. And he says that quality matters rather than quantity. We couldn't stop making jokes about it last night. After some time, he took it personally, thinking we were mocking him. He moved to the 3rd floor of the lighthouse to continue his little experiments. Abnormal body shape, no symmetrical shape that could define a logical form. Asymmetrical mouths all over its body. Quarreling and injured and seemingly forgotten. It's been 27 days since we are here and came across something that our minds still cannot comprehend. How could such a thing exist? How does God justify this act? How can he allow such monsters to roam upon his creation? My mind is terrorized a million times as I try to visualize this beast. My hand is shaking as I draw each line. It is a plague of the mind. I decided to give it a name. The monster with 1,000 mouths. It may seem strange, but I heard a voice, or more like a whisper in my ears that shivers down my spine. And I found a key. That probably goes down to the cellar, where I'm sure something good is waiting for us. See, an axe. I should probably grab that, right? I think a wrench would come in handy as well. So I can't see that purple thing from this side. I'm assuming we get there through the that pathway over there. Oh, did y'all see that? It's I assume it was a fish person. Darted behind that boat over there. Real fast too. You can easily have missed that. This doesn't seem to be just an ordinary statue. Every part of it is very detailed. My guess is the artist behind this painting was startled by it.
I swear I saw something towards the horizon, behind the mist. It wasn't a whale or a great white shark. Its many legs stretched 100 feet, submerging its body into the sea. It crawled as if it was infected by 1,000 parasites. Its tentacle mouth, it spit out black, disgusting and disfigured blob-like figures. The moment they fell into the sea, they swam away faster than a dolphin. As the mist kept rising, I could barely see the creature. That wasn't a good sign. I should start placing those talismans I found at the bottom of the lighthouse around the pathways we made.
The music definitely picked up. So there's the purple hue that I saw. Looks like there's some stuff along this shoreline as well, once we can get past that blockage.
Those uneducated fools. They won't let me write for them. They're all fishermen with dirty, scuffed clothes and smell horrible. Their beards reek of alcohol and spit comes out when they talk. I'd rather stay another 4 hours at this point and take care of the problematic mechanisms of this handcrafted construct. I do not regret this journey. It certainly made life more interesting since then. Not to mention the view from up here. All of the hatred, misery, and sadness of mankind fade away into the line where the sea and the sky collide. Something is not wrong there. It is a hell of a view.
Looks old and reminds me of the occult my father was a member of. So I need to find a chess piece. I know something that tiny is going to be easy to walk right past. Especially like how detailed the desks and shelves are. But we turned on the lighthouse at least, so we can find our way back. I did find that key, I assume, to the cellar. We'll see if that's where it actually takes us. Just taking a second glance around looking for that missing chess piece. So I feel like it could have easily been in this room and I would have just completely missed it. Like I missed this. Wait, is that the chess piece that I picked up? No. Alright, so we can go back and look at all the stuff we picked up. Well, that's cool. Alright, well, let's go check out that that cellar.
How did they manage to let him die in here? What made them forsake their civil ways?
I found it. Very strange figurine. I had to hide. I had to. I ran. I climbed the rocks and tried to hide. That's when I fell into a pit full of dead bodies. Their flesh looked rotten but petrified, as if their souls sucked dry out of them. The horrors in their faces touched the very void of my soul. Expressions as something horrific happened to them. That's when the rest of the crew caught me. They stripped me naked and they locked me down here. They accused me that I was the one that brought the bad luck onto them by placing those talismans for them and blocking the pathways. All I wanted was to keep them safe, despite their uncivilized behaviors. So he's the one that placed his talismans along the walkway. And this was his reward. So I feel like we'll do some of this hand later. Let me go place this chess piece. So I wonder how linear the puzzle solving is going to be in this game, or if we're going to have some free reign to do puzzles in different orders. There's only one way to find out. Did I see this one earlier? Strange. This coin is worn. Strange indeed. It'd be kind of creepy if I came back up here after I had gotten to the cellar and this was pointing in a different direction. So I'm hoping the sound is okay. A lot of the game seems really quiet to me, but then there's like some crescendos in the music and things like that, so it's a little hard to gauge. Oh, do I actually control which one I move? No. So it's just mirroring my moves. If I can't actually select. I don't know if this is going to lead to anything, or if I'm just doing this for fun. Alright, so these are not the moves that I would make. Just so you guys know. I'm not the greatest chess player. I haven't played chess in like a decade. I heard something click, didn't I? Give me the wrong button. I don't see anything new here. Yeah, nothing new. I don't know what the point of that was. I picked up that stone from the cellar so we can... I guess go slap that in one of the statues we saw. We also have that obelisk I think we can walk to as well. Like in that direction? Yeah, it's just out of line of sight right there. So I assume nothing happened. Oh, the icon on top. Okay, it's a little different. Let's go check out this other one that leads us to that purple meteor. I keep forgetting I can sprint. My controller wants to let me. It's not this one, but I'm going to try it anyway. That's definitely a Cthulhu sign. Okay, so I guess we head towards the obelisk. We'll head into the island. The interior. I could go that way as well. Should I go this way or towards that obelisk? They did nail the aesthetic down for a lot of the iconography and stuff that we found. Really digging it. I do feel like we're a little front-loaded with all the stuff we found, but I think the reason why there's all that stuff there are people keep crashing on the island, and they keep finding more and more stuff. And so it's been stockpiling in the lighthouse because it's been the only safe place for people to stay. Where's Jack Sparrow when you need him? Get it? Because it's...
Oh, stop it. It's not my daughter's voice.
Because it looks like a black pearl. Yeah. Alright. Enough bad jokes, let's get out of here. I don't think I have what I need to interact with that yet. Well. Let me try one more time. I mean, since we're down here, right? May as well. I guess we'll head towards the other path. Need to remember that I can sprint, so I'm sure that'll come in handy later. What if there's a stamina? Not gauge, but a stamina limit. Oh, I recognize this guy's face. Again, not going to spoil any names yet because I don't know where the story's going to take me. I don't want to risk spoiling any major reveals as we go. If you watch the trailer, I mean, I think a lot of the stuff will be spoiled for you anyway. At least some of the big names. I hear something. Don't see anything though. Nope.
Proceed into the pit. There's something I would like to show you.
What is that voice? Get out of my head.
Well, good news is my name's not Andrew, so I don't have to listen. I go by Don, so... Oh, come on, Andrew. That's obviously not a pit you want to go into, man. Let's do it once around the pit before we commit ourselves to it. Can I go this way? Oh, you know what? This is probably a good place to call it. In the next episode, we will go into the pit and see what needs to be saw. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.